Okay, and that's Pastor Lindsey Williams. All right, Lindsay, go right ahead. Let's see where we go with this thing. Let me just preface this by saying 2009 is going to be far worse than 2008, and the big collapse probably will begin to be seen and felt March. That's probably it. We're talking about entire countries going bankrupt, renouncing their debts. Sorry, we can't pay you. That's it. Gone. States in the union, same thing. The situation is not rehabilitatable. It's too far. Gone. Too much. That's the simple truth of it. Go ahead, Lance.
For the past 35 years, Jeff, I have merely voiced what was told me by people who are in that realm of the elite.
Sure. Yeah.
And as you have stated before on your program, as others have stated, you say Lindsey Williams has always been right. No, not Lindsey Williams. The people who told me, the people who know what the elite are doing, would merely voice to me in a phone call, as this gentleman did in June, or as others had done over the years, what was going to happen. I stated that exactly what these people would tell me, and every single time what they said positively was their agenda for the future has taken place. Now, I'm going to give something tonight that I have never given on your program. I hope that people will have a pencil handy. I want you to go and look this up for yourself. It may have been on Rench.com. I don't know. This was sent to me from numerous sources, and I have proven by my research it to be right. There positively is a solution. Now, notice carefully my wording. I'm trying to pick my words very cautiously. There positively is a solution to everything that this gentleman told me was going to take place. There's a solution to the national debt. There's a solution to gasoline prices being ever going up again. There is a solution to the crisis of the Federal Reserve having to buy our T-bills, and here it is right here. The U.S. Geological Service has issued a report. Here it is, western two-thirds of North Dakota, western South Dakota, extreme eastern Montana. There is what has been already published by the U.S. Geological Service, and you can't get any more prestigious than these people. Their word is taken as if it were the gospel, and it's called the Bakken is the largest domestic oil discovery since Alaska's crude oil bay.
Right.
The Energy Information Administration, the EIA, estimates it at 503 billion barrels of known oil. Even if just 10% of the oil is recoverable. Now, folks, I hope you have a pencil and piece of paper to writing this down. I hope you'll contact your congressman. I hope this will get out and will somehow sweep the country. We could solve every one of these problems that we have today from our own soil. This Bakken, largest domestic oil discovery since crude oil bay, which was America's largest oil discovery up until that point. The Energy Information Service estimates 503 billion barrels. If only 10% were recovered at $107 a barrel, we're looking at a resource base worth more than $5.3 trillion. That is approximately one half of the admitted to national debt.
That's
we
right.
could pay one half of the national debt from our own soil. Now, let me give you the name of the person, Terry Johnson. He's a Montana legislative financial analyst. He gave this to his representative in Washington. It was reported before the government of the United States of America, and he said, we have more oil inside our borders than all other proven reserves on Earth. Now, Congress knows this. It's already in the congressional record. It has been given to them. They are in the process right now of keeping any drilling from going forward in this, because one of the things, Jeff, that this gentleman said to me, who called me the middle of June, was that is they are not going to allow any major production of crude oil from the United States of America to ever take place. He said, we will keep America dependent on foreign oil, and they will stop the production of this Bakken oil field. If it were produced, we could pay off approximately 1/2 of the national debt. And let me compare this to other nations. The known reserves in this oil field that has been announced by the U.S. Geological Service, I mean, this is not hearsay. This is not fairy tale. This is for real. The oil that is there is 8 times as much as the oil in Saudi Arabia, is 18 times as much oil as in Iraq, is 21 times as much oil as in Kuwait, 22 times as much oil as in Iran, 500 times as much oil as in Yemen. There is only one catch. We have no honesty in Washington, D.C.
None.
We have been utterly and totally betrayed by our national government.
Treason
they
at the
know
highest
that
level.
It's there. This has been read before Congress. They have seen the report from the U.S. Geological Service, and there is positively no reason for us to have the problem that we're having right now financially in America, inability to pay off the national debt, and what these people intend to do to us, which was told to me that the elite are doing. None of this has to take place. Every bit of it could be turned around from our own soil with what has already been told to Congress from the U.S. Geological Service.
How can it be, Lindsay, that the solution is literally in our own hands, and yet we have no viable way to access it? Because the criminals in the District of Columbia are so evil that they literally will kill before they'll allow their power to be usurped by the electorate. We don't have any way to do this, and that's the part that is so mind-bending. It just amazes me. Wow. There's more oil, folks, than we could ever use. And these are just the known reserves. Lindsay knows about things, and certainly the Cornell Geology Department knows that off the coast of Louisiana, in one tract of land, I think it's 20 by 30 miles, something like that, there is more oil than has ever been used by all human beings combined in the age of petroleum. One find. There's another one. So, yes, the issue of oil is one that shouldn't even be worried about, but it is, and we're being used, and that's the way it is. Back in a minute with Lindsey Williams. Repeat just the one Cornell Geology Department study that found more oil in one tract of land off Louisiana than has ever been used since petroleum began to be used as well, thousands of uses, since the age of petroleum began. And there are others probably which have as much or more oil that haven't even been found or certainly talked about yet. But it's a world awash in oil. There is no shortage of oil. There never will be a shortage of oil. It's really obscene in a way. So much of it. Okay.